hello, hello. Okay. So, hey everyone, hello. My name is Lyss. Welcome to my stream. Um, I guess I will go without really deep introduction today, mostly because this stream isn't exactly for a faint of heart, if I can say so. Um, One of the main reasons is because I will be working on explaining my own world and putting potentially essential notes about what it is and what characters are like most important within it. So naturally, this stream will also be explaining in detail who or rather what am I, if we get to that point, that is, because we will be starting from very start, like very start, even before me, like really long time ago. Things. So yeah, I was initially planning to start telling about my world and myself after making a proper sort of debut, but seems like that will be taking quite a lot of time, and considering the fact that being a lore-driven Vtuber, the storytelling was one of my main focus. I think that dragging this kind of stuff behind is not gonna be too helpful, especially in making my channels grow. So gotta get to this point eventually, and probably better sooner than later. At this point, especially, I'm rambling. um, I'm actually a bit nervous and also somewhat tired because while I was supposedly on vacation since the beginning of this week, I was actually asked to get to work a 9 hours shift, and I came back home on recently, so I'm a little bit exhausted after that. But the stream still is a go. So. So let's get to work, I suppose. Also, when I said the Campfire stream, that's exactly what I meant. I have purchased an app long time ago called Campfire Pro. This stream is not sponsored, just to be clear, perfectly clear. I'm not advertising this program. I'm not exactly very good at using it myself. I understand the very basics, I guess. So, we will be using it to how much I know it, and from that, maybe if you also a writer, or maybe you have a world of your own and you need some comfortable way of sorting it out, aside from, I don't know, just a huge document or a spreadsheet. Maybe you're actually gonna prefer the way how information is built in this application. Then maybe you will consider buying it, but it's up to you. You just look from how I handle it and decide if it's an experience that you would like to have. Simple as that. Hmm. So, let's get to it. So, this here is kind of like a main page. I like literally put only a few words in it. Like, title it Lyss world building. There's literally no genre for now. One sentence summary. Synopsis. Notes. I have no idea. I have no idea what to put into these things because all of this is clearly built with an idea of person actually writing a book based on everything written here. But what I want to do isn't exactly for isn't exactly for a book. Not for just one book at least. So, when you get to this, it's actually surprisingly getting hard. Timelines. Well, there is one timeline for now. There's us characters, relationship, character arcs, world. Oh, right. This you can, like, just basically add a map as an image and then outline stuff on it. We don't need that for now, as a matter of fact, because we don't have it. Species, cultures, languages, religions, philosophies, systems, magic items. Yeah, I think this thing would be kind of helpful to I don't know, to Dungeon and Dragons? Dungeon Masters kind of folks? I suppose. Okay. So, it says timelines, but we will call it origin reality. So, basically, what origin reality is a starting point from which events might start to go in different directions, but quite frankly, everything that was in the past, if it includes me, it's basically linear, because there is already a specific chain of events that already happened, and the result of said chain of events is me coming to existence, basically. That's the main idea. So, okay. No, we don't need a new timeline. Add event and divider. The starting point of origin reality for me will be an empty place, ruins of that reality that once resided in its place. The great unknown is inhabited by a sole creature of darkness born within its ruins. That probably should be a description of a place, but on the other hand, this place doesn't really exist for long. In time unknown, the great unknown is invaded by a creature of light, which would bring its essence along with it. The creature bore interest in creating a new world in a place of ruins, ignoring interests of sole inhabitant of that place. I kind of want to work on it longer, but I feel like I won't be able to. My eyes are too tired. Also, that white light is kind of bright. That's a little better, but still exhausted. What would follow after the invasion? Mm. this is going to be a slow stream. Is it? Isn't it? Hmm. Well, someone has been waiting taxes, I guess. Congratulations for successful tax evasion? I'm not sure. I've missed that moment. I'm kinda on a brain freeze there. I need to work things out a little bit more. So what would be going after originality, Beth? Well, I know that the new gods of a newborn place, neither of them were actually happy about what they got as a result of their conflict, so they wanted to revert the changes. Each each of them in a different day though, so am so sleepy today. Or am I having just a generally bad week? I don't understand. So, this entire week for streams felt for me like a big problem. Like I've been literally drained of everything. Barely capable of functioning. Kinda confusing. I don't get it. Ah. Mm. Hmm. So, gods war. New gods remained in disagreement about the resultant creation, still wanted to drive away one another. From new reality, they started to gather forces and followers in hopes of gaining an advantage against an opponent, which was steadily leading to reality crushing conflict. In a conflict, to avoid communication issues, each of the sides finds the strongest by opinion of the gods, putting them at the top and handing them over the leadership as emissaries of light and darkness, respectively. Each is meant to represent and rally up the interest of their side, as well as ensuring that another side doesn't grow in strength. So the emissaries are actually recurring characters. While supposedly they were meant to die, as the gods' war ends, uh, they would actually become demi-mortals, or well, uh, not as much as immortals as gods, but they actually wouldn't die. Being representatives. So, that's wrong window. Here comes another important event, but it's kinda minor one. Um, and also off screen. So, one of the things about emissaries is that due to them being each being one of a kind and strongest of what original reality was able to give on its birth, they were kind of pretty strong to their gods in power level. And to conflicting interest between sides, they were also having their own battles between each other, thus kind of emulating a conflict between gods, but on a slightly smaller scale. And as a result of one of their battles, they actually been able to see what that conflict will lead to. And as a result, due to their more mortal vision of reality and understanding that if the reality dies, they will die as well, they didn't exactly like it. And they actually came to mutual agreement that the gods needs to be stopped if emissaries want to preserve reality. Although originally they were just keeping the sides, believing that their side is the one in the right compared to another one. emissary's personal conflict, based on ideas propagated by the gods, unwillingly forces them into emulation of resulting destruction that would be the aftermath of God's conflict. The destruction of entire reality that would be the only possible ending to a war. Being able to see it from a perspective of mortals, they come to agreement that the gods and the conflict as a whole needs to be stopped. And that's we come to the next big event. Which would actually be off-screen major. During a large-scale battle with both gods being present, their emissaries turned their backs on them, joining forces together, forming a seemingly unlikely alliance against which the gods were unable to unite. They defeat them one by one, applying a seal to make them unable to use their omnipotence, while not entirely stripping them of their godhood. After that, each god was sent to opposing far edge of realities, so they would not re-engage in their conflict. So it might sound a little bit weird, but while not specifically mentioned in this event, I guess I should add a side note. Side note. death of at least one of a god would actually lead to irreparable damage to reality and even potentially completely destroy it. Because of that, emissaries instead we cannot them to be able to manage them with their own powers alone. So, death of at least one of a god would actually lead to irreparable damage to reality and even potentially completely destroy it. Because of that, emissaries instead weakened them to be able to manage them with their own powers alone. So the idea is that after beating the gods, emissaries would keep on being immortal, but instead of a convenient true immortality, as in inability to die, emissaries would actually enter the reincarnation cycle, by which they would be able to mask their presence and oversee their gods by not being detected by them in their weakened state, all while still technically remaining stronger than them. So if something goes wrong, they would still be able to handle them. After sending the gods to different ends of reality, each of the emissaries would become overseers to their respective gods. So, emissary of darkness would oversee the god of darkness, and emissary of light would oversee the god of light. Although in our specific case, it would be goddess. We will eventually come to that as well. I've been streaming for almost an hour already, and there's so little progress. I really am tired. Mm. So, ultimately, the war ended along with gods disappearing from the map. So, as there was no gods or emissaries to lead the forces, there was no real conflict for said forces to participate in. One another thing that emissaries actually did is they tried to work their best to make the living population of reality to forget about these gods if they if there was still anyone who knew or remembered. So emissaries, unlike keep emissaries, while keeping watch over the oh typos. Emissaries, while keeping watch over their gods, do their best to erase as much information about the origin gods as they can to avoid creation of a following that would reinforce binding gods and allow them to break out of their shackles. They also keep on watching the gods who still were striving for resolution of their conflict, slowly making their way in attempt to reach one another at point zero of original reality. It takes them many years to traverse that amount of space in their weakened state, but it's still not absolutely impossible for them. There is one thing about it though. During their travels, they are able to actually see the world as it is, as as the world is seen by mortal beings. So that actually allows them to have some sort of changed perspective about the things. that change was different from for each one of them, and it wasn't exactly altering their opinion, but before reaching the set point zero of reality. A solar star type of system, just like here on Earth, they would come in as somewhat different persons. And as a matter of fact, one of them actually changed their opinion on things entirely, no longer seeking a conflict. Getting there just by a sense of inert motion, basically. So I guess at this point, we might add two groups. Each with two characters. I guess that's cow. I won't call them for now. Mm. Um, oops, wrong place. That was supposed to go here. I guess that will do. And this one should kind of be here. Hey! Hi, Potato. Well, not much. I'm kind of trying to, like, organize stuff about my world, but it's not going very well. I'm having somewhat hard time focusing just because I'm really tired today. I am on vacation and I had to go to work today. And I came back home like only I guess 2 hours ago, since I've been streaming for an hour already. My eyes are tired and a bit sleepy, but I'm trying to do things, and I haven't done much outside from basically outlining the very early events in my reality. I I'm kind of considering that, but I don't really want to finish the stream without having done at least something. That's not really much. A little bit of recap, I guess. So, the Great Unknown starts with being the starting point of origin reality, formerly an empty place, ruins of dead reality that once resided in its place, The great unknown is inhabited by a cell creature of darkness, born within its ruins. Oh, the program is a Campfire Pro, something I got for myself a really long time ago, specifically for that purpose, to simplify the world building. Considering that it has a lot of functions on how to organize stuff, from characters to their relationship to each character having their own arcs, world having its own detailed description, and the possibility to make a world encyclopedia, which you would basically then make pages on literally everything that you feel like worthy of a not, to which you would later make links within everything, basically, I think. And there's even a world building pack that kinda helps adding stuff. I think I've heard of this application as of a sponsorship advertisement from Shadiversity channel. I kinda like watching the videos of a guy. Yeah, I understand what you mean. That's a lot of work, yes. Actually, I think I think you might actually know of most of the events that I've already outlined here in this timeline, because it's basically everything from reality being an empty place and all the way ending with emissaries tossing the sealed gods to the opposite edges of reality and watching over them as they would slowly get back to reality's point zero, hoping to get the conflict resolved once and for all. That's as a result, that's literally the only two characters that currently no, I think that's oh god. Okay, fine. You know nothing. Fine. Nothing's known, nothing's heard, you know nothing. I haven't told you anything. You have absolutely no idea what's going on here. I'm so tired still. Like, it took me an hour and it's barely a start. There's still so much work that needs to be done. But I'm not even sure if I am willing to continue today's stream. As a matter of fact, I'm actually still thinking about what I would be doing next week. You say that, but I actually don't really feel like this is really a thing. I understand that it is kind of easier for me as well to have it all outlined on paper, technically, as well as using it as a reference if so it happens that I tell others about my own world in painstaking in painstaking amount of details. But if I don't need to do that, I like always felt that it's organized enough in my own head. It's just that just having that in my head, it's not very visual for others, and that's kind of harder to explain later on. Yeah, I guess that's a pretty good comparison, I suppose. Also, all of these templates, they kind of make sense by existing, but I also never really considered filling them in detail. It's a lot of work. I'm not sure if I will be able to stretch it for another hour. Yeah, yes, fair enough. Now, at sometimes it's not really overlooking certain character traits, as of rather that in some cases they aren't exactly necessary. Like, let's be fair. Suddenly don't need to have a description of a look of, let's say, Greek god like Zeus, been in physical attributes. Unless you can. No, I'm not saying that. No. No, 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 no. I'm not saying that. No. I've never really considered the personality traits, though. Yeah, I agree. Having the ability to have visual representation for character, a world, and some other stuff is something that going to simplify stuff significantly. Yeah, personality traits are useful, but uh, I will be putting them, but I just need to think a bit more about them, which I might actually not do now. I was also been meaning to like make some basic statistics about characters, like their height, weight, this kind of stuff, but I still need to think about this in details. Why chicken? Why chicken? Ah. How about taking a bite out of dragon's tail? Hmm? Oh, dear lord. But of course. strong hallucinogen, of course. I think he's actually majorly resistant to pretty much any existing poison or narcotic. Yeah, fly high. Sure, everyone's getting it. Ah, sigh. I will be flying high soon. And my brain farts, I suppose. Because my head is so dead and empty that if you fill it with helium, I will probably just get elevated above the floor like a balloon. No need to having a second tail to propel myself into the sky. No wings attached, no strings, no nothing. Just float into the sky on the pure strength of your empty head being filled with helium. I guess I am. It begs the question, though, if I'm still within an atmosphere. So if my head is filled with helium, does it mean that I'm hitting some invincible roof? Or if I will get at the very top of the stratosphere and then under atmospheric pressure, my head would explode. I don't know. I haven't tasted them. No, I'm not a balloon. Just my head. And it's empty. Like, as of now. And my head certainly feels very empty right now. I've spent slightly less than an hour and a half working on this, and my head is already quite empty. I might need a break, but I also don't want to miss on all the free time I have. It kinda starts to feel like a waste. As a matter of fact, I might actually not have a schedule for next week even, because having a schedule kinda wears me down, as I've been feeling recently, and I need to try to resolve that somehow. So I want to try to just stream whenever I feel, instead of putting together a straight schedule. Though having a schedule actually helps me stream at these specific times. Well, today is the end of first week of my 4 week vacation. So technically, I don't have work right now, supposedly. I've been doing some behind the scenes stuff and some small things here and there. But as a result, the last streams didn't felt quite as nice as the previous ones. I felt like I'm seriously lacking. Like I hit some sort of crisis as a streamer, and just I can't be entertaining. Even I don't feel like I am entertaining. I just feel like flat out boring whenever I stream, and that makes me feel bad about literally everything that I was doing. So as a result, well, I guess it was driving me driving me into some sort of mental decline, I guess. But there's also certain events I would rather not describe during the stream itself that aren't even related to me. So, all of this has been kinda playing on my nerves as of late, I think. And it's not exactly easy to work out with just having a schedule. Having a schedule helps me when I actually have work, and I know that at some hours, I will be busy, and at other times, I will be free. I wish I could, but I actually can't. I actually can't. Sadly. The worst thing about this vacation is that, comparing to the month I've been working, to the last month before going to vacation, I am, for this 4 weeks, I am severely underpaid. So I just need to find myself some other way to relax, and I'm actually considering just instead of forcing myself into a specific schedule, I want to try just fool around a little bit and work freely, I guess, on my own stuff. So if there is a stream, just put a warning that the stream will be in an hour and start then. Stream a little bit and have a little fun by yourself, and then the stream is over. Instead of having strict hours to be ready for and like aiming to have certain amount of streams over the week. Fresh air? I guess I do. I most certainly trying to have the air ventilate the rooms in my apartment. Like I'm actually opening the windows during daytime. It's spring and it is kind of warm outside. Like during daytime, it gets up to 5 degrees Celsius. So it's not really cold. It's pretty okay there to open the windows a little bit. Oh, well, that I also do. Like, well, I'm not touching the grass, as it's sometimes advised to Vtubers. We don't have that yet here. But I am getting outside and not just to visit shops, so don't worry. I do spend a little time taking in fresh air by just walking around, so it's all cool. Mm. One of the things that kind of bothers me is the fact that that I feel like I need to do a lot of things, but I still haven't done them. I'm kind of working on them, gathering information and, well, generally gathering myself, I suppose, but it's still not enough. It's never enough. It's never enough. Mm. it's not that easy to set priorities to stuff, even if you have like deadlines. Like, I started playing Final Fantasy. I've made a new character, and I need specific outfit on that character, and one of the pieces is available in a limited time. I know that. I also have a limited time in terms of having a subscription. So, potentially it's one of the biggest deadlines of them all, but I'm not working on it. Because it's a huge drag by itself. And then thinking of ways to make my channel bigger is also a huge priority. It's always a huge priority. But I'm somehow just don't have quite enough physical strength to do that either. Because it involves a lot of work on itself. Like, thinking of ways of how am I supposed to advertise myself and spread information about my own existence. There might be a collapse soon. As a matter of fact, related to Starbound. I will be playing with another Vtuber. But I still don't know when. We need to talk that out somehow, like discuss it. I need to work on so many things. I just don't. Even without being at work, it still requires me to spend as much time and effort as if I was working. And it's probably one of the biggest things I underestimated about being a VTuber. One of the biggest things about being a VTuber is that basically being a VTuber is a job and you are your own manager, and I totally lack the manager experience. There's just none of it. Zero. Nana. There's nothing in that experience, and I'm not getting any of that experience yet. I'm not improving on that front. As much as I should be ashamed of myself. I need to work on that somehow. Which I probably discussed on one of the previous chat streams. Consistency is key. Well, I can consistently fail at something. That's easy. Being consistent with streams is also not enough. I need to consistently get better at it. I need to consistently improve, and I'm pretty sure that's not happening yet. Sometimes that works, but not always. When did I start? In October? November? If I will be just sucking up all the way up to May, that and that would literally give me no new viewers. That would be really bad. Because that would be basically half a year of me wasting time trying to achieve I know not what. What are my milestones on improvement? Well, one of the main milestones is still that I want to learn to communicate better during streams while there's no viewers. Since that's a big thing with me, not having any viewers during my streams, and clearly me not having any viewers staying for extended amount of time, because I'm probably silent for most of that time, as I imagine, is one of the reasons why I'm not actually getting new subscribers or people in the chat talking to me, because they come to the stream, see that I'm silent, shrugging, and leaving to do something else. And I'm probably not even playing in a way that would be interesting to observe. I don't consider myself all that good at games I'm playing. I actually feel like I'm pretty mediocre. Which is generally, obviously, not something that people come to watch. What would be more entertaining to watch is like someone doing something really, really crazy, like Hollow Knight speedruns or something else. I never tried speedruns, but doing speedruns requires an insane amount of effort. That would be a lot of hard work. One of the viewers recently suggested an idea of making a yeah, that's true. Well, seeing someone casually performing some crazy stunts that you can't perform is kind of entertaining in my opinion, but I can't do that. It's not my strong suit. I'm not this kind of gamer, sadly, even if I wanted to be. I was willing to do speedrunning at some point, but I'm just not sure what I would speedrun and where that would be actually effective and entertaining to watch. Like, can I actually get crazy good and entertaining at something? I've seen some Vtubers being like crazy good at this other games, like like what? Guess Call of Duty, Player Known Battleground, Valorant, I guess. Maybe some other competitive games. Oh, yeah. One of the viewers suggested that I try to do a karaoke stream, which seemed like a nice idea, kind of interesting. But that one would require some bit of planning as well as preparation because I haven't been singing in a while, and as a result, my voice is a little bit rusty when I'm trying to get high pitched notes. So I would probably not hear it myself, but if I would sing, I suspect that my singing would not sound very pleasing, which is clearly not something you would have on a karaoke stream. Kylie's rapping is really cool. Gora's singing is, well, nice for the most part, but I'm neither of them. I'm not Gora and certainly not Kali. I wouldn't go like crazy at the rap god and like flip the table with how sick my rap is because I totally can't rap. Not like that, for sure. I would probably have to look into a few songs that I actually know I can sing in a way without getting my voice hurt too much. But even then, I probably would have to like make that stream a one-time thing. So basically, if it happens, it happens, and as it happens, I will just be deleting the recordings after because if I keep them, I will get a copyright strike. Big chance that this would happen, and it wouldn't be fun. I wouldn't be listening much, but it still would be a little bit too much. I don't know. It's not easy at all. Also, the thinking about the fact that I have like 3 weeks of vacation left is kind of sad already on its own because I understand that I can fit like about 10 or 12 streams into that time at best, and that just doesn't feel like much. No, man, I'm just too tired at this point. I think I will actually be ending the stream for today. I'm really not having any more strength to continue, sadly. I wish I would have, but. And, well, thank you for letting me have a discussion, even if it wasn't about my characters or, well, world building process. Yeah, I did it with understanding that it will be hard. I just leave my tail alone, and under the tail space also. It hurts enough as is. Yeah, I guess I need to, like, try to fix my sleep schedule at least. Thanks for your concern. Anyway, I will be concluding the stream here for today. There's still a lot of work that haven't been done and should have been done during this stream, but sadly that might be for another time, and I will still have to think of when will that happen. But until then, there might or might not be a schedule for next week. If there won't be, I will make a separate announcement telling that the streams will be like just random ones. Go to sleep. You don't know what time it is for me. You said it yourself that you don't know anything. I haven't told you nothing. No one knows where I live. You won't find me. You won't know when it is day or night for me. I'm not telling you. I'm not telling anyone. You will never know. I said nothing. There was nothing to say. There was nothing to say. That was weird. It felt weird and it looked weird. Why did I do this? Anyways. Okay, yes, I'm tired and my eyes are tired and my head is empty and I need rest. So I guess, yeah, I guess I will take a nap and have some rest. So I will be ending the stream. I will see you next week. I don't know when, at least not yet. And if it will be random, I will tell about that. But until then, I would like to thank everyone for coming to my stream, and I hopefully will see you next time. Until then, have a good day, or night, or what time it is for you. And bye bye!